If your GM truck has ever made a strange ticking sound from the engine bay, you already know exactly why this topic gets so much attention across the truck community. For years now, owners of Chevy and GMC trucks all over the country have argued about one mechanical problem more than almost anything else: lifter failures in the V8 engine. Now, GM is preparing a brand new 6th-generation small-block V8, and the internet is buzzing with claims that this new engine finally fixes the issue for good. But is that actually true based on the official record, or is it just wishful thinking spreading online? Today, we're separating what General Motors has officially confirmed from what is simply online speculation, and looking at why this new engine family could still turn out to be one of the biggest reliability upgrades GM has rolled out in years. Let's start with why this became such a hot-button issue in the first place. The lifter complaints mostly trace back to certain versions of GM's 5th-generation small-block V8 lineup, specifically engines built with active fuel management and its successor, dynamic fuel management. Both systems were designed to save fuel by shutting down a set of cylinders whenever the truck didn't need full power, like cruising on the highway. It's a clever idea on paper, and the truth is, millions of these engines have run for years without any lifter trouble at all. But a meaningful number of owners did run into real problems. Things like a ticking noise coming from under the hood, random misfires, illuminated check engine lights, rough idling, and in the worst cases, major internal engine damage that required expensive repairs. To be fair, this wasn't happening to every single engine with cylinder deactivation. Plenty of Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Yukon, and Suburban owners have driven past 150,000 miles without a single lifter issue. Still, enough people experienced it that lifter reliability became one of the most talked about subjects in the full-size GM truck and SUV community. And it's a big reason so many buyers today are now watching the next generation engines so closely. So here's what we actually know for certain. General Motors has officially confirmed it is investing heavily in an entirely new 6th-generation small-block V8 family. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars going into upgrades at its Tonawanda propulsion plant in New York, along with its Flint engine operations in Michigan. That's real money behind real hardware, not just a rumor floating around a forum. GM has stated these new engines are meant to bring improvements across the board: better performance, stronger fuel efficiency, tighter emissions compliance, higher manufacturing quality, and long-term support for the company's full-size trucks and SUVs. What GM hasn't done yet is publish the full engineering breakdown or every mechanical detail of this new lineup. Now for the question everyone actually wants answered. Has GM said, in any official capacity, that this new engine gets rid of the lifter problem entirely? No, it hasn't. There's no statement from General Motors claiming the new V8 family has permanently solved lifter failures, and there's no released engineering documentation making that claim either. What the company has talked about publicly is a completely redesigned V8 generation, modernized manufacturing methods, upgraded production technology, new approaches to emissions, improved efficiency, and continued commitment to V8 development. Because this is a ground-up new generation, engineers absolutely have the chance to rework parts that generated warranty claims in the past. But until GM releases the technical specifics, nobody can honestly say the lifter issue is officially gone. That said, there are real reasons to feel optimistic here, even without GM spelling everything out yet. First, look at the manufacturing side. This investment includes major modernization of how these engines are actually built, more precise machining, tighter quality control on the line, and updated assembly equipment. All of that tends to reduce inconsistency between individual engines, which helps cut down on the kind of random failures that tend to show up over years of production. Second, think about the components themselves. New engine generations almost never carry over every internal part unchanged. Historically, each new generation of GM's small block V8 has brought updated camshafts, lifters, bearings, oil passages, cylinder heads, cooling systems, and valve train pieces. Even if some form of cylinder deactivation sticks around, engineers now have years of real-world data to redesign the hardware tied to it. Third, there's the simple fact that GM has an enormous amount of feedback to work with. Warranty claims, dealership repair records, durability testing, and millions of real miles driven by actual customers all feed into the design process. Automakers routinely use that kind of information to refine future designs, and this sixth-generation program has the benefit of more than 10 years of lessons learned from the fifth-generation platform. One big open question is whether cylinder deactivation is sticking around at all. GM hasn't confirmed every technical detail of the new lineup yet. Some reports suggest the upcoming engines will keep some version of fuel-saving cylinder shutoff technology, while others speculate the strategy could be significantly revised. Until General Motors puts out official specifications, it's not accurate to say that active or dynamic fuel management has been completely eliminated or totally re-engineered. Any claim online insisting the next-generation V8 has no cylinder deactivation or no lifters capable of failing simply isn't backed up by anything GM has officially released. So what does all of this actually mean in practical terms if you're currently shopping for a new Silverado or Sierra? The smart, level-headed approach here is cautious optimism, not blind faith, and not outright dismissal. The confirmed facts are genuinely encouraging. GM is pouring serious money into V8 production instead of walking away from it. A fully new engine generation is on the way. Manufacturing is being modernized. Engineers have years of real-world reliability data guiding their decisions. Those are all good signs. But real, long-term reliability only gets proven once these engines rack up hundreds of thousands or even millions of miles in the hands of everyday owners. Every new engine goes through serious lab and track validation before launch, but it's real-world ownership that ultimately writes the reputation. Now, if you already own one of the current V8 trucks on the road today, don't automatically assume your engine is somehow doomed to fail down the line. Plenty of GM V8s have held up extremely well with proper care. Staying on top of maintenance remains one of the best things you can do to protect your engine. That means changing your oil on schedule with the correct specification, sticking with quality oil filters, addressing any warning lights right away, checking out unusual ticking sounds as soon as you notice them, and making sure you complete any recalls or service campaigns that apply to your truck. Regular maintenance won't guarantee you'll never have a mechanical failure, but it dramatically lowers unnecessary wear and helps catch small problems before they turn into expensive ones. So when will we actually get the full picture? That comes as GM releases more technical information and these new engines move into production. There's still a lot we're waiting on. Complete engine specifications, internal design changes, the final fuel management strategy, valve train updates, horsepower and torque numbers, official durability claims, and service documentation for technicians. Once production trucks start reaching customers, independent testing, long-term ownership reports, and fleet data will give us a much clearer answer about whether this new generation has actually put the old lifter concerns to rest. Here's the bottom line. GM's upcoming sixth-generation small-block V8 is shaping up to be one of the company's biggest engine investments in decades. Officially, General Motors has confirmed a brand new V8 family backed by major manufacturing investment, with stated goals of better performance, improved efficiency, stronger emissions compliance, and higher production quality. What hasn't been officially confirmed is that these new engines completely eliminate lifter failures, or that cylinder deactivation is being scrapped altogether. Those remain claims you'll see online, not statements from GM itself. Even so, there's plenty of legitimate reason for optimism. A brand new engine generation gives GM the chance to apply years of hard-earned engineering lessons, sharpen manufacturing precision, and rework the exact components that drew criticism in the past. If those changes hold up in the real world, this sixth-generation V8 could end up being one of the most dependable truck engines General Motors has ever built. For now, though, the most honest and accurate takeaway is this. GM has officially confirmed that a new generation of V8 engines is coming. And while it's expected to benefit from modern engineering and manufacturing upgrades, only time behind the wheel, in the hands of real, everyday owners across the country, will ultimately tell us whether the lifter nightmare is truly, finally over.